Hello, this is Julie Christie, and this is day 10 of my 90-day run. I am on a mission to transform my life and get to know who I truly am. Why? So I can realize my potential and finally be me. Oh, it's been crazy, but I've just not been able to because of all these limiting beliefs and, thoughts that have just kept me stuck. So this is officially my first weekly review. Now, I've thought about it for a little while because I just think it's a great opportunity to just sum up the things that have happened this week. So I've got my format down and I'm here to just share with you for the next 8 or so minutes about what has been going on with me this week. Now, I am absolutely buzzing. I just want to say, I realized my vision. I've realized what this whole thing is about. If you're following me on Facebook and reading what I'm writing, you will understand that this journey of transformation that I'm on is not something I'm doing on my own. I am partnered with God. And, it means day to day, I'm following his leadings and guidance. But here's the thing, what I realized last night, and this really makes my update for today, day 10, it's the fact that last night I followed through on my decision to go through the life book process. So I spent the whole week listening to the videos for the life category of health and fitness. And I hadn't been as diligent as I usually would be, right? Sitting down, taking notes, for each and every section. But last night I was getting ready for bed and wrapping up some things I needed to do this week. And I was like, right, are you going to be serious and see this through? Like wrap it up, bring it to a close? And I made the decision that yes, I would. And while I was doing it, God showed up. I mean, he's here all the time, but what I mean by that is he revealed himself, and I got revelation and realization that this phase I'm in of my life, where I recognize that I am reset, that I've got a clean slate, and this awareness I have of all my limiting beliefs and stuff, it's not the hindrance and reason for depression that I've been taking it as. It's actually the sign that it's time to release. It's time to let go of all of this and step forward into the new life that he has for me. Now, if you read the Bible, if you've heard the phrase born again and this concept of becoming a new creature, it could all sound so abstract, like, yeah, right, who gets born again? Who starts living life anew? Now, I was born again in 2006. I'm saying it like that because it's like, oh, what does that mean? But I made the decision I would accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And all that means is I decided that I'm going to live my life his way, and not my own. I mean, those are so early days. I didn't even know what that meant, really, like how to live that out. But I made that decision. And guys, it was basically like planting a seed in the soil of my soul and spirit, because now 15 years later, what has manifested and what I realized this week is that I am now living this new life. I'm about to move into it. And what I'm doing in this 90-day run through him, with him, in partnership with him, is positioning myself to become Julie Christie, the woman, the creation, the vessel that he designed and intended me to be. So with all of this in mind, I've witnessed, I'm experiencing becoming a new creature. So this isn't just abstract, it is real. And I can further attest to this because of what I went through last night with my life book process. I sat down to go through the vision of my life for the area of health and fitness. And while I struggle to ask myself what I want, because I've not been practiced at that, I got my head around that and I started doing it. And he was encouraging me to, just ask for what you want. And I'd encourage any of you, if you're setting goals or anything, ask for what you want. Be honest with yourself. No one has to know except your maker. It's just you and him, but ask for what you want. And I started doing that. Anyway, one thing led to another. He showed up through an ad. I was listening to some music on YouTube, an ad popped up with Vishen Lakiani from Mind Valley talking about the life book process and the words. It just prompted me. He was encouraged. What God wanted me to be encouraged by was Vishen's words that said, don't hold back on your vision. Be bold, make impossible goals, right? Because he's done it and he's seen these things show up. He doesn't know how. I'm like, I know how, God, the source. He refers to him as the source. But I did that. And when I made that decision, I started to think to myself, because another word they use in Lifebook is masterpiece. Create a life that's a masterpiece. And that came to my mind. The Lord brought that to my remembrance. And looking it up, it means a work done with extraordinary skill. Now, the moment I absorbed that meaning, I knew that this isn't talking about me and my skill. I ain't extraordinary, but God is. And I already know that my life is available for him to work in and through. So I knew that this is his work. But here's the extra feature. The work that is done with extraordinary skill, in my case, is my life. My life is the work that God is going to do, great things, all the things he wants to do through his extraordinary skill. And what proceeded to happen was a process where I drew from every vision from the very depths of me, the things I truly want, but I felt like, oh, isn't that a bit vain? Isn't that vanity, right? But no, some of these things I've touched on years ago. But long story short, the visions I have now put down in my life book are not the visions for that I have created, right? These are visions that I know are from him. Now, I'm going to go and talk about this in another detail, in another video. I want to pause here because, I've had words of being a prophetic warrior, basically predicting the future before it comes. And the pages of my life book are prophecies, long story short. And so this has been absolutely huge. One of the things on there, this is for my health and fitness category, mind you. One of the things on there is becoming a Victoria's Secret angel and model. And that's been there for a while, actually. And my point in this is that, never mind being a Victoria's Secret angel or model, the point is that my life, these visions, I'm being positioned to achieve and realize things that are not of my design or making, but of God's. And so this really, it's my update for today. It's also a massive testament to the growth that I have seen and experienced this week. Because guys, early this week, I was down. I started my Monday down, depressed, overcome by the giants of overwhelm and the issues that have kept me stuck for all these years. I wanted to give up. I wanted to kill myself. I was making plans for that. And every time, not that I was going to do it, but plans for how can I get things in order before I execute the plan. But he picked me up several times to encourage me. He sent a pastor and his fellow churchmen to come and speak words of prophecy over my life, to build me up and encourage me to step up, prophetic warrior. Step up and be you, do you. He's got you. So guys, this isn't just about me, this journey. It's about him and the story, the picture that he wants to paint on the canvas that is my life. So this is, so what have I learned about God this week? I wanted to talk about that. He is with me. He's faithful. He is authoring my life and my steps. And what I've learned about myself is I am a willing servant and willing vessel. I'm going to sound crazy over the coming weeks, months. I'm going to look crazy, but that doesn't matter, because what matters is him and helping everyone in this world realize the reality of who he is, so they can raise their consciousness of what is available and who they truly are to become that, just as I become it. So this has been my week in review. It's been an incredible week. There's so much more I could talk about. However, this is the time I have for today. And I'm going to be looking for new ways to infuse all the things I am sharing here. But I'm committed to letting you all in on what is going on in my life. It is purely incredible and extraordinary. And to be honest, you couldn't make it up. My life is like fiction. And if you don't believe me, see for yourself. It's been great.